Hey guys, welcome back to yet another exciting video from Deb. Today's video is the second part from my lesson 101 from Skinny Girl in Transit season 6, where I discussed about abusive relationship. In my first video, we looked at what it means by being in an abusive relationship. We also talked about types of abusive relationship and red flags or signs to look out for to know if your partner is an abusive one. Now, on today's episode, I'll be addressing how to leave an abusive relationship or partner. Yes, if you've assessed yourself, you've seen those signs that we talked about in the last episode, and you can reconcile to the fact that you are in an abusive partner relationship. Don't worry. This is why this episode is here for you. Now, how do you leave such a relationship? Now, remember to also drop your comments if you agree or disagree with any points that I'll be making on this episode today. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, from the first video, you could have seen certain of the red flags that I mentioned, and you could have noticed them in your relationship and be like, oh, so my baba or oh, my girl, she's an abusive partner. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one for you to be able to identify that, and congratulations once again. Now, let's talk about how do you leave such relationship, because since it's an abusive one, you don't want to stay there and then keep accepting the toxic relationship that is going on. Now we want to start thinking, so how do I leave? So the first thing I would want you to know is, number one, accept that abuse is not your responsibility. Do you get that? Let me take it again. Accept the abuse isn't your responsibility. Or, in another word, let me say this: accept that you are not to be blamed for being battered or mistreated by your partner. Yes, some partner can make you start thinking or keep telling you that, oh, because you did wrong, that's why I reacted in this manner. Because you came late, that's why I reacted in this manner. For instance, in Kwame and Shalewa's issue, when she came late for his event, and it was like, oh, because you came late or because you were not picking my call, that was why he was being violent with her. Number one, accept that is not your fault. Even if you had come late for your partner's event or something, then you could have had certain reason as to why you couldn't make it or why you didn't even want to come in the first place, and that's your choice. So because of that, it doesn't mean that your partner has to be violent with you. No. So therefore, that's not on you. Remember, that's not on you. The abuse that is going on is not your fault in any way. That's your partner to accept that he is doing the wrong thing. Okay? Now, after you have realized that, and please, I want this to sink into your head, that abuse is not your fault. Whatever your partner is trying to tell you, trying to guilty trip you or whatever, know that it has got nothing to do with you, okay? Now, second step, what do we do? Now, decide if you want to reestablish trust. What do I mean? Okay, when you know that your partner is abusive or is doing one thing or the other, sometimes you begin to think, oh, do I want to stay? Should I stay in this relationship, or can I condone this? Yeah, it's your choice. Like, I believe that everyone got choices in this life. Now, it's your choice to say, oh, okay, I want to stay in this relationship. And it's your choice to say, oh, I've had enough and I'm moving on. It's your choice to make at the end of the day. But if you ask me, I will tell you to leave the relationship. That's my own honest opinion. But it's still your choice at the end of the day to either leave or not to leave. Now, when you decide, do you want to stay to reestablish the trust? Do you want to stay to build that relationship? If you decide to stay, yes, the only advice I can give you is set personal boundaries. When I say set personal boundary, now let me give you a scenario of what that means. For instance, in Shalewa and Kwame's relationship, where Kwame had called her while he was having his event and Shalewa wasn't picking. In that kind of thing, if Shalewa then decides that, you know what, I'm going to stay with you, like, okay, I'm seeing these flags, but I can make things work, no problem. All she just then needs to do is to set a boundary, which is like, the next time you hold me in this manner, or the next time you do this, you do that, that's it. You cannot do this, that I'm not picking your call because you've called like 15 times. Just wait until I return your call, or you have to wait until I give you a valid reason before you think it's all about you. Set boundaries. For instance, you have a partner, your woman wants to always snoop through your phone every time you guys hang around. Set personal boundary and tell her, babe, you can't always do this, or better still, change your password so she doesn't have access to your password. That is how to set your boundary. letting that partner knows that there are certain lines you can't cross. You can't, inflict pains on me. You can't, decide to emotionally abuse me or one way or the other, any type of abuse the partner can be using. You set personal boundary that you can't do this any longer. I won't accept or tolerate this. Even though I'm going to be with you, I'm going to, work this out with you. But these are things I will not be accepting from you. That is you setting your personal boundary. That is if you decide to stay, which, of course, I do not subscribe to that. Now, to the one which I subscribe is, so even if you've tried to set your personal boundary, but it still goes ahead to flaunt it, or she still goes ahead to abuse it. Now, this is the advice I will give you, which is the advice I'll give you from the start, which is disengage. Brothers and sisters, Mike and Braje, as the glory of life, please disengage. So, what do we mean by disengage? Now, disengage means you leave that relationship, you leave that circumstance. Like, do not put yourself in that situation. Leave. Okay, you say, oh, this boy has been so nice to me. It's like father figure. Or the way he talks to me, the way he takes care of me. Sis, bro, put one or two together. Do you deserve to keep receiving such toxic traits just because you want to enjoy, because it's good and all? Please trust me, bro, trust me. That is not the only person in the world. You're going to meet a better person. So do not do suffer ahead and stay there. Leave. Leave, disengage, exit that relationship. Like, take a walk. Just take a walk. Leave that relationship. You have no business being in it there, because the long if you say, oh, I'm going to keep setting more personal boundary, how long are you going to set that personal boundary? Is it till you die? Is it till you lose it? Is it till your mental health can no longer undo it? Is it till you commit suicide? No, you don't let your mental health deteriorate just because of one person. Because guess what? If anything happens to you, guess what? That partner of yours is going to live life. That partner of yours is going to find someone else. So take a walk, bro and sis. Take a walk. Okay? Exit that relationship. Now, if you start saying, oh, okay, you then finally do it, and you finally leave that relationship. So what's next? Oh, Deb, you've told me to leave now. Now I've left. So what next is left for me? This is my advice. Give yourself time to heal. Okay? Give yourself time to heal. Don't rush the process. I have a thing with when it comes to healing or when it comes to arts, like, because we all hurt differently, and we all heal differently. Some people, they are able to quickly heal between how many months they are off, or between how many weeks or hours they are off. Doesn't mean that might be your own cup of tea. But just give yourself time to heal as long as you need it, as long as you can. For instance, if you're in an abusive relationship, a physical one where the guy has giving you cut and bruises, of course you need time to heal from those bruises, bros. And since you really need time to heal from that before you move on to the next person, before you commit to another relationship, you need time to even heal from that. And if we're talking about, emotional abuse and all, you also need time to be able to heal and to be able to start building your self-confidence and tell yourself, oh, I'm this, oh, I'm that. You need time to also heal from the toxicity that your partner has, given to you for weeks or months that you have been in that relationship. So, my dear loved ones, it's time for you to heal and give yourself that time. Don't rush the process. It cannot be rushed. Do not rush the process. Take out that time, okay? Take it out. You need it. And if you need to go in for counseling, if you need to see a therapist, please see a therapist, see a counselor. Talk things out. If you have someone you trust so much, to be able to have this discussion with, please go and have this discussion with this person. Get a professional help, get a counselor, get a therapist, go and speak to somebody. Or if you need a legal help, you might want to sue that partner. Yes, get your legal help. Speak to a lawyer. Speak to someone that is willing to help you go through whatsoever form of abuse you have been condoling, of whatever form of abuse you've accepted in that relationship. If you need like a support group, if you need friends, if you need family, be able to talk to someone, get that support that you need. Take out that time and heal. Also, still talking on the healing matter. Now, you might say, oh, it means to get healed is to go and talk to that partner, to talk things through. I know some people do that as a means of healing, but please and please, yes, my advice, which was actually played out in the season with Kwame and Shaliwa, where Shaliwa had gone to see Kwame in person to end and confront him and say this thing is done, this thing is done. But just watching that scene, it triggered thoughts in my head, and I'm like, oh my god, this is a no. Now, even if it's part of your healing process, please and please do not for any reason go and address your ex. Because I'm going to call the person your ex right now, because you've left them, or let's even just say you are still with the person. Please do not for any reason go and say, oh, I'm going to address this person, I want to speak things out with this person. Do not speak things out with an abuser, because number one, the abuser is definitely not ready to hear you out. Why do I say so? If the abuser has respect for you or was willing to hear you out at any point, he won't or she won't have even abused you in the first place. So for your abuser to keep going at that abuse, trust me, the person does not value you. The person does not even, what do you even want to say that the person will listen to? That's the honest truth. So do not think of, oh, I want to speak to my abuser, I want to be able to confront my abuser. Please say no. If you still feel like I have to do it, it's part of my healing process. Debbie, you said we should heal from it. That's part of my healing process. Okay, no problem. If that's part of your healing process, please and please go with people. Better, even if you are meeting the person and again, apart from just even going with person, don't also go to the person's house. Do not for no reason should you go to their house. Even if you will be having to meet them in the public space, or 10 people are there, or it's a church gathering, please still have your support group. Still have them with you who will be ready to also give you support, because an abuser also, they're also good with, they know how to manipulate you, their victim. So if you don't even go with, let's talk about the fact that, oh, the abuser might decide to abuse you once again or beat you up. No, that's even extreme. What about if the abuser decides to manipulate you back into relationship with them? Yeah, the abuser knows you so well, and he knows, or she knows, what they can do to you to get you back. So you want to always go with your support group, so that even when your abuser is trying to manipulate you, you have your support group that is there with you, reminding you why you decided to leave, so you don't go back into the shit hole you are coming from. You need that support group, and so that even when the abuser decides to be violent, you have your support group to protect you and shield you and fight for you. And please, I repeat again, do not go and comfort your abuser alone. Do not go to their house, and I just don't even feel it's necessary for you to do. You could cut your distance. You could cut the relationship. You could take a walk. You don't always have to go back and having to speak. I don't think you have to, but if you have to, please remember the advice I gave. Just let's be careful with how we go about things. And this is the end of my video today, so remember to comment in the comment section. Tell me which of these points you agree with and which you disagree with. I'm open to hearing from you, and this just be the last lesson 101 from Skinny Girl in Transit, except I think of more other lessons I learned from these. But if you have one or two you learned from this series, please kindly drop in the comment section. If there are things you want me to speak about, also let me know, that I will be glad to do so. And that's it. That wraps it up. Thank you guys for watching to this very point. I do appreciate you. Please remember to like and share this video with loved ones. Remember also to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. To my next video, stay blessed.